What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right. I think I've kind of figured this out and I'm going to explain it in a way that makes sense to a normal person that maybe doesn't do this for a living. And when I mean for a living, I mean for fun, for hobby, but it's turned out to be some decent extra cash. So I recently picked up a Netherlands cent collection of 60 coins and I'm going to show you how I process them. I'm going to educate you guys on why I do it, and basically it's something you can do yourself. You just got to really be into coins or willing to learn. Now, I know a lot of people out there love showing coins that they purchase, coins that they've acquired, or bullion or silver, showing a big pile of stuff. You know, that's great, but what does that teach you? That teaches you that they did something outside of YouTube to earn and be able to buy that stuff, or you just like looking at their big shiny pile, and so many of you like looking at the big shiny pile that lets that YouTuber buy more shiny stuff. But what does it do for you? Absolutely nothing. Maybe it inspires you to go out and do it yourself, but let's be real, people. Most people don't have the funds to do that, and if they do, they're not going to be showing it off on YouTube and doing all that stuff. So, you know, take it for what it is. There's a lot of entertainment channels out there, which is great. I just want to bring you along with my personal journey of dealing with world coins, learning more about them, why I do it, and we got to start with the why first. So I picked up this collection of Netherlands cents. They range from 1877 to 1901. And you're probably thinking like, dude, why would you want to do that? It's from another country. You know, it's not an Indian cent. You know, it's not one of these bad boys. Well, you can't pick these up like this in this condition from 1877 to 1901 for 78 cents a piece. It just doesn't exist unless like someone was stupid and sold it to you. So up here represents the price per coin that I've got invested in each one. And I don't know if I'm going to make my money back either, but again, I didn't pour a lot of money into it. So this is the price. So if you count 3/4, if you're not from the United States, that's 75 cents. And then the pennies here, we call them pennies. I know it's stupid, but they're cents. That's what I have invested in one of these world coins. Okay. And the goal is to take this 78 cents per coin and turn it into, after fees and everything and supplies and whatever, turn that into $1.50. So basically double my money. I don't know if it's possible or not. I still have not looked at all these coins in detail, and I'm going to show you the process. And then basically after, if I double my money on every single one of these, which is pretty darn hard to do, and I don't think I'll be able to unless there's some super winners in here, is then to take that profit and turn it into a tangible asset like a graded Morgan silver dollar, which I'll probably end up buying and reselling as well. So typically when I pick these up, I try and make at least $10 profit, but I look at this as my stack and I try and find the nicest one. I add a little bit of premium on it and I maybe make 10 bucks on it. But the real money comes from doing the work on this unfun stuff first and ultimately turn it into one big, nicer item. This isn't very expensive either. It's maybe under 100 bucks, but it's cool to take whatever, an investment that's half the value of this through all these different pennies and then turn it into something like this, into nicer inventory. It doesn't always happen that way though. So again, this is more of a educational way of doing it. So anyways, what I've done is I've already unboxed all of these that I got from the seller. I put them in my jewelry cleaner thing, and it's nothing fancy, guys. It's just it's like your $20 Amazon special that I use to clean jewelry, my wife's wedding ring, things like that. And it just gets the scum off the cents, meaning when I'm touching them, I don't want my hands smelling like nastiness. So what we're going to do next is just basically pile all these up, and we're going to look at them one at a time. And while I'm piling this up, I did create a list, and I'm basically showing what I've acquired, the weight of each one, the material they're made out of, the mintage, and then the different prices. This is from NGC, and for those who are newer, NGC is a numismatic guarantee company, started in 1987. And I did that for each individual coin. So I'm going to lay this piece of paper down, and as I go through it, I'm going to stack the coins that I have. And then I'm going to decide if I'm going to be selling them one a piece or in collections of years. And we're going to want to collect, basically, we're going to want to set aside like the nicest one. So if we have a possible uncirculated one, they can go for as much as I paid for this whole entire collection. But that's always the goal, right, guys? You buy a collection of something, and you try and make your money back on a handful or one or two items inside the collection, and the rest is just pure profit. But it does take work. Like, dude, nobody is doing this, or nobody wants to do this and torture themselves by going through these one at a time. But I am. And again, it's a learning process, and I'm taking you along that journey. But I want to show each individual coin, what I'm looking for, and then you can kind of cheat too. So if you have a cell phone, which most of you guys do, gals, you can basically look up the grade or the possible grade and do that on a PCGS. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to get my camera position a little more downward here. And we're going to, in the background here, create a pile. And I'm going to put that pile next to each one. So we're going to go through each one individually. So in 1878, it's a pretty good looking coin. Definitely not an unk though. Maybe a very fine or extra fine, so maybe a $5 penny there. And this 1900 is definitely worn. It's probably $2. This 1880 is really nice. You can see the detail in the lion's mane. And definitely all the little berries or flowers. So I would say this is more of an AU. Not quite unk, but it's good enough to set that on the far right. I mean, that's a possible $10 coin all by itself. Here's an 1878. Again, very nice detail. Probably XF. And an XF in that is about $6, so that's nice. This one's heavily worn, little tonnage, 1878. That's definitely going to be a fine. Those are not very well worth a lot, maybe 50 cents. So that'll probably be lotted up with. I'll probably do like a year's thing where it's like, hey, you get an 1877, 78, 80, 81, 82, 83, and 84, and just do them for a good price. This one's got some toning, 1896. That's pretty rare. It's as fine as $5. And again, those are NGC's prices if they're sitting in a holder. So you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt. This one's definitely got some environmental damage. Too bad too. It's a nice looking one here. Definitely XF AU 1881. Yeah, it's probably a $4 coin even with the environmental damage. So anytime I see something with environmental damage, I basically bring it down a grade or 2 grades as far as if I'm asking a certain price for it. Because I figure that's fair, right? I mean, someone still likes the detail. They realize it's got some damage. You usually got to go down 2 grades. This one here is probably a fine, $2.50. So far I don't see any like super nice ones. So it does not look promising that I'll be hitting a home run with this series here. 1878, it's a nice one. It's an oldie. Those are common though. 1878s, for whatever reason, they made almost 54 million of those. The king must have wanted more, King of the Netherlands back then said, make more pennies. Give it to the people. 1877. It's a little worn, but those are harder to find. I would say that's at least a $5 coin. Year is this one? This one looks nice. It's got good eye appeal. 1882. Interesting. It's weird how it gets that toning to it. 1882, they made 5 million. That might be a $5 coin. Alrighty. Yeah, again, so far nothing super spectacular. I'll be lucky to maybe make 20 bucks after going through all this, which is kind of crazy. And there has been times too, like I still haven't listed my zinc coins from Belgium because it's just like, dude, why? Like nothing's really special and they're made out of zinc. Like nobody really cares. And I keep buying like nicer stuff to list. So eventually I'll get to it. And I've got nothing better to do. Oh, this one's cool. It's a different type of line. 1901. That is maybe $1. So far, guys, it's not looking too promising. This one's pretty beat up. That's maybe a 50 center. 1901. That's one cool looking coin. Maybe worth the buck. 1878. Nice looking coin, but again, that's a common. Maybe that one's worth $2. 1896. Those are a little rare. It says worth 5 if it's in fine condition. Again, I gotta be realistic too, so I'll probably be like the only seller in the United States selling these. So I'll set my price, and if someone's into collecting Netherlands coins, at least I'll have a US option for it, because I noticed some guy sells them out of the Netherlands and he charges $19 for shipping. That's crazy. I can ship these for 60 cents. Or let's say worst case 84 cents. This one's nice. 1884. It's got like that wood grain toning. I always like those. 1883. Is that a rare one? Maybe $4. Another one. $4. This one is beat the heck. This is not even fine. 1884, trashed, fine condition is $1. But I don't know. Do you guys do this at home? Do you guys like run into collections and go through it? I know I watch some other channels that they go through their junk silver and they find like nicer stuff or varieties. I just like picking up collections that no one kind of cares about. I feel it's my numismatic duty to get it back out to someone's hands that actually can enjoy this. 1881, maybe $1.50. I mean, there are a lot of folks here in the United States of Netherlands descent, especially here in the Chicagoland area. We're kind of like the melting pot of everything. This one's really worn. 1878. That is a beater. I won't. That's probably a color. I call them Cullertons. It's another Cullerton. It's probably something I'd give away as a gift. This one's kind of weirdly toned. It's a harder date. 1877 is a tougher date. Maybe that's worth $2, even though it's all jacked up looking. What year is this? 1901. Maybe $1. 1877. This one's actually, see, 1877 is a tougher date, so if you get a nicer one, might be worth $8 if it's very fine. That might be a very fine one. Maybe that's $8. So far, though, I'm not finding a lot of value in here. 1881. Decent wood grain looking type. Maybe $1.50. $4 at the most. 1884. 1 cent. Maybe $1.50. So I'm already thinking in my mind I'm probably going to be lotting this stuff up. because I don't see anything that I would send in to get graded. I was hoping there'd be at least one unk in here. Oh, this one's nice. That's decent. That's probably a very fine $8. This one's nice. 1883. It's probably extra fine. What is that one worth? Ah, $10? Really? I don't believe it. Again, those are NGC prices, so, or I'm sorry, NGC, 1900. This one's nice. Might be $4 in that one. So pretty slim pickings, which is probably why I got such a good deal on these, but I think it's fun. It's almost like going through like baseball cards, I guess. Except baseball cards can be very distracting because you'll just get like tied into like staring at one player and looking up his stats and pulling his comps. Whereas I think listing coins is way easier, especially when you get a bunch of them in the same date. And this one's really worn. 1884. Got some cool toning to it though. But $1. Another one here. Maybe $1. This one's nice. 1898. Got a nice look to it. At least extra fine. Wow, really? $30 for extra fine? I don't believe it. It's probably the nicest one. Oh, there's a little green dot in there, so I'd probably be lucky if I got $20 for that one. And another common date, 1878. Got a real serious 1878 pile going there. It's a little nicer. And when I mean a little nicer, it might be $4 instead of $2, but the biter ones are like 50 cents. 1880. It might be a $4 coin. 1881, $4 coin. So yeah, I think I can achieve what I'm looking to do, which is double my money. It'll just be a lot of work. And so far I'm pretty happy. It's just there's nothing like absolutely stunning in here. Sometimes in these collections I'll get something that just doesn't belong there and it's a knockout. This one's nice. 1881. Yeah, probably $4 coin on that one. 1898. This one's nice. It's got all its details to it. And 1898. Is that rare? Oh, it might be a $5 coin. That's cool. Ooh, this one's got some cool toning. At least on the reverse. But that's the common date one, 1878. That's neat. I like when that happens. This one's actually a little nicer. 1878. It's probably the nicest 1878 I have. Maybe it's worth $6. And the last two here. It's a nice 1901. Maybe $5. And last but not least is a very nice, wow. AU-ish, unkish. This might be a AU coin here. About uncirculated. It's the nicest one in the lot. So 1900 uncirculated. What's up with that last O though, dude? Oh, that's just how it wears. 1900. That one might be worth at least $15. Really super nice coin. So anyways, I'm going to zoom out here. So this is where I've piled everything up. And what I'm going to do next is basically put them in lots. So the nicer ones on the right are the ones I'll be listing. And then these other ones here, I might just put in the lot. So I might do like an 1877 to an 1884 lot and a 1892 to 1900 lot. Or just lot a bunch of dates together so people can add to their collection. But usually when you put them in sequential numerical order, it's nicer to sell a collection that way because then maybe that person is looking to either fill an album or fill gaps in their collection or do upgrades. And obviously, it makes more sense to list nicer coins in a separate one at a time type of thing because that's either something that someone wants for their collection, maybe the year means something to them, or they want to send it in to get graded. I mean, if that guy sends if whoever buys this, and let's say they get it for $15, they send it to get graded, and they get a high grade on it, they might be able to quadruple their money, or they don't care. They just maybe want it for their collection. So a lot of times people keep these in albums, and they're just looking to upgrade certain coins in their albums. And I'll probably be the only U.S. seller with excellent feedback on eBay that has 1 cent Netherland coins listed in their store. And I've got good success listing other Netherland coins as well, like the silver ones with Wilhelmina, or Wilhelmina, all that good stuff. That's Netherlands, right? Yeah, see, I'm starting to memorize those people. And George, we got a bunch of Georges. Or no, sorry, Wilhelm. It's not George in the Netherlands. It's Wilhelm and Wilhelmina, or Wilhelmina, because they're all about the Williams. So anyways, you guys are a good one. I really appreciate you watching and follow me along our little journey here of going through numismatic coins. And the learning phrase of the day, which I always write these down because I forget what they mean too, is NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, formed in 1987. And I got the rest of them written down here as well. Because people say them all the time, but no one really explains what they are and when they were founded. So always looking to educate you dudes. All right, talk to you later on the next one. Appreciate you watching.